The next step after you've filled out your inputs and your scenarios is to run the simulation. At this point, we're going to assume that you have already set up your viewer for your employees and your retirees. So after you have run your simulation again, you will take the data in the output and copy and paste it to on the respective tab for the employee sim results on the spreadsheet. So right now we're doing the employees, so we will take the data and paste it here. Now before we return back to the workBLOX application and run the retiree simulation, let's look at the data that's been put out here. From the data that we put in the year 2010, we will have a total of 488 employees with an average age of 47.7 years old. Fast forward 5 years, year 2015, we have a total of 476 employees with an average age of 48.4 years old. 10 years into the future, 452 employees with an average age of 48.1 employees. If you look at the chart to the right, you can see the breakdown of the employees and follow the peaks and the valleys as they move through the simulation. For example, you can tell that this peak here, which blue representing the year 2010, 5 years from now will peak here, which is 5 years in the future, and then you see the other peak here. So in looking at this chart, we can tell that as of the year 2010, the average age for most of our employees is going to be 41 to 45-year-olds. Fast forward 5 years in the future and you see that move forward 5 years in the age groups. So now most of our employees are going to be aged 46 to 50, and then 10 years into the future they'll be aged 51 to 55 in that age group. So by the data that we put in, we can tell by our current hiring practices that the further that we go through the years, that the average age will increase for the bulk of the employees. Now we will go on to the retiree sim results. Again, like we did for the employees, after you run the simulation, you go to the viewer and cut and paste the data into the retirees tab. Now that we've pasted the data in the retirees sim results tab, it has a chart just like the employees showing the average age of the retirees. So in the year 2010, we're going to have an average of 53 people in retirement with an average age of 58 years old. Fast forward 5 years in the future, 62 retirees in the retiree pool with an average age of 61.4, and then 10 years into the future, 72 retirees with an average age of 64.6. And again, we have the chart here that you can view just like you did on the employees and follow the trends as to the average ages. Now that we've been able to view the age trends, we're going to go to the total cost tab, which is the next tab on the spreadsheet.